Good morning, everybody. On behalf of my colleague, I would like to thank the people of Denmark for the bilateral cooperation which they have been holding with our country, Tanzania. We have been living in a brotherly way. We have been friends for so many years. And today we are here, me with my colleague, to witness this convention and to learn more from you as it has been happening for a couple of years. I want to thank your chairman, Mr. Paulsen, for giving time at least to lead this team when they allow us to have at least a word to you. Mr. Secretary General for the CPP, I'm grateful that we have also time to meet and have a talk. I want also to thank the DIPD for its effort to make sure that Tanzania and other parts of Africa are living in a democratic environment. DIPD and other partners, they have worked hard for us in building our capacity to make sure that at least we see a smooth run of democratic process in our country. Last year we had a general election, and I think it's clear to the whole world that in Zanzibar the situation wasn't democratic anymore because the chairman of the Electoral Commission decided to defile the constitutional requirement by nullifying the elections, and the voice of people of Zanzibar were silenced immediately. This called for a rerun of election in March 20th, and where the turnout of voters was very low, and there is a crisis in the legitimacy of the current Zanzibar president. This situation, it translates to the mainland, the formerly in history, for those who have been here for a number of decades, it used to be called Tanganyika. In Tanganyika now, we witness that there is a situation, a worry on the legitimacy of the government. As we all understand that we have two kinds of legitimacy, the organic and the created legitimacy. We are now experiencing a situation where our state is trying to create legitimacy. And in creation of this legitimacy, we have seen not only removing all the democratic processes which we have enjoyed for more than two decades now, but what is happening, it has been extended to a situation that our country is now getting militarized. And in a situation where militarization is taking place, the chances of having development are, in a way, are limited. So we come here today to learn from you, our brothers, the good thing and the achievement you have done in your democratic process and how you smoothly transition your government. In Tanzania, it sounds that we transition our government smoothly, but this is on expense of some of us who always wish for a second train. So that once the first train goes, we wish there will always be a second train that we can jump in. But the situation is not unfriendly. I come from a political party, and our colleagues at DIPD, they have been training us to have proper democratic processes. But unfortunately, as we speak now, even in our party from the opposition side, we are not allowed to conduct even internal constitutional meetings. So I don't know how we can meet. Maybe we can meet through WhatsApp and Facebook, but we are also striving to make sure that we go back to a democratic process. I know this is within our arms, we can handle it, and our wish is quite simple, that if you can stand with us, raise your voice on our behalf so that the whole world can hear that we need a democratic world. The danger we foresee in a democratic practice, if we don't practice proper democracy, the likelihood of having authoritarian leadership is great, and this will create more and more refugees. I know now in Europe you have a refugee crisis, and please, let's work together and make sure that we don't create more refugees from our countries. The other things which I would like also to highlight to you and to inform you that our party, CHADEMA, is growing steadily since we started working with our partners. ROF has been close with us. And we started in 1992, the 1995 election, we had only 4 members of parliament. As I stand before you now, we have almost crouching to the majority in the parliament. And thanks to the people of Denmark for being there to support us, and we are observing the democratic processes in our party. And the name of our party says we are democratic and a progressive party, so we don't foster muscles. We use more our intellectual capacity to make sure that we get rid of all authoritarian leadership. Just to highlight in a nutshell for those who follow the trend of politics in Africa, there is now creeping dictatorial leadership in Africa. We are going back to the 60s and 70s, where we were in a single-party democracy. And in a single-party democracy, only the one who the strongest will retake it. And they don't allow other opinion from other peoples. In Tanzania now, the parliament is voiceless. We see most of the members of our parliament who are coming from the opposition arm of the parliament, they are being silenced and being suspended from the parliament just for standing on the people's need. We thought we could address this from the judiciary. We went to the court to present some of our case. Unfortunately, our counselors, the lawyers, the advocates, were told that if you go to defend someone, then you will be included in that case too. This, I don't know what kind of legal practice, but I know that time will tell, and we will make it to a very good democratic state. So what is my call to the people of Denmark? You should not give up. You should not give up. We have been living as friends for many years through DANIDA, through DIPD, and all other development partners from Denmark. They have been supporting our countries. This is just a transition phenomenon which we can handle, and we believe that with you raising your voice, it will be helpful for us who are in the ground to address the need of the people of Tanzania. We think the US government have already taken initiative and step to address it. The UN has already made a statement to address it. We are holding to wait the European Union and the people of Denmark at large to stand up and say this is not right for the growth and glow of our planet. I thank you so much for having me here and my colleague, and I appreciate for being given this time to talk to you, and I hope to see you in Tanzania very, very soon. Thank you so much.